Are you feeling tired, unmotivated, gaining belly fat, or losing your edge in the gym or in the bedroom? You might not realize it, but these subtle issues could all point to low testosterone. But before you jump into testosterone replacement therapy or TRT, let's get clear about what is causing your low testosterone levels. In this video, I'll show you exactly why your testosterone levels are low and uncover the root cause, and then ways that you can naturally fix it. Testosterone isn't just about muscles and libido, it plays a crucial role in every aspect of a man's health. Also women, but today we're focusing on men. So not only does it help with muscle mass and strength, supporting libido, sexual function, it also is important for energy, mood, and motivation. Testosterone also helps keep your bones strong, helps protect from cardiovascular disease and metabolic syndrome. And while testosterone naturally declines with age, there's many things we can do to slow down that drop in testosterone. So the top 10 symptoms of low testosterone are low libido and lack of interest in sexual activity. This just goes beyond like erectile dysfunction. Another one is fatigue and lack of energy can be another sign of low testosterone. Of course, these can all be caused by other things. That's why testing is the best way to find out. Loss of muscle mass. Testosterone is super important for maintaining strength and muscle mass, and also if you're getting poor recovery from your workouts, that's another sign of low T. Increased body fat. So if you have low testosterone, often you've got an increase in estrogen leading to more body fat, especially around the breasts and the waist. Low mood, depression, poor motivation. Testosterone is really important to help maintain your mental health. So mood swings, irritability, anxiety can all point towards low testosterone. Difficulty concentrating, brain fog, cognitive issues can all be linked to low T as well. Even hair loss. Testosterone influences your hair growth. So having a lack of testosterone can lead to hair loss. It's also a type of testosterone called 5-alpha DHT, and excessive amounts of that can lead to hair loss. Reduced bone density. Low testosterone will lead to low bone mass, but most guys would not even know this unless they've had a DEXA scan. And poor sleep can also be tied to low testosterone as well. So they're all the signs and symptoms, but as I said, they can be caused by many things. So the first thing you want to do is to do a proper test for testosterone levels. You can do a blood test or a urine hormone test like the Dutch or the Vibrant Wellness Hormone Zoomer. For most guys, a blood test is the best way to start because you can measure things like LH and FSH. They're the messages from the brain to the testes to make testosterone. You also want to check your total and free testosterone. The free testosterone is the metabolically active and the most important, but some doctors will only check total testosterone. You want to check sex hormone binding globulin. Too much of that can lead to low levels of free testosterone. And also, I recommend checking things like estrogen to see if you're aromatizing testosterone to estrogen, and DHEA as part of the adrenal function. Optional tests would be something like Prolactin, which, especially if you've got low libido or breast growth or fatty breasts, that can be a factor to check as well, or a marker to check as well. And it's also important to know that when you get the test results back, if you're told that everything's normal, you don't want to just look at the lab ranges. You want to look at the optimal ranges. And the ranges for testosterone can go from like 200 to 800. And you don't want to be 35, 45 and have the results of a 70-year-old guy. So you want to be in the mid to upper range. So low testosterone rarely happens without a reason. So here are some of the common causes of low testosterone. Because if you fix the cause, you won't need to go on TRT therapy to make up for the low testosterone. The first one is chronic stress. High cortisol suppresses testosterone. Poor sleep will disrupt the testosterone production at nighttime. A lack of exercise or too much cardio can lead to low T. So adding in more strength training is important. Poor diet, especially if it's lacking in quality fats, protein, and the key nutrients that you need to build testosterone. Excess alcohol or drug use can also have a negative impact on your testosterone levels. Environmental toxins, especially the endocrine disruptors like BPA, pesticides, plastics, and they're found many places in the environment, from personal care products, EMFs, and you'll often find a lot of industry will have a high level of toxins in the environment. So metabolically issues, if you're overweight and have insulin resistance, that'll increase your estrogen and lower testosterone. Chronic inflammation will also dampen your hormone production. So besides checking your hormone levels, you want to do a comprehensive metabolic panel. You want to look at liver hormones, nutrient deficiencies to make sure we understand why you have low testosterone. Nutrient deficiencies, especially things like zinc, which is important for converting cholesterol into testosterone. Magnesium is another cofactor in hormones. Vitamin D is important for testosterone productions and also helps with insulin sensitivity. So you want to have enough copper and iron. But in some guys, excess iron can also create this oxidative damage leading to low testosterone. There's a condition called hemochromatosis. And so if you've got high levels of ferritin, that's going to have a negative impact. Other conditions like thyroid or other pituitary problems can lead to low testosterone. And one of the big causes, and often one of the overlooked causes, is sleep apnea. So if you're waking up feeling unrefreshed, even if you think you're getting 8 hours sleep a night, you want to investigate if you have sleep apnea. You can check things like oxygen levels overnight, but sometimes doing a sleep study is the best way to find out. Certain medications like SSRIs for depression, opioids, corticosteroids can also have a negative impact on testosterone. Never stop a medication without talking to your doctor, but sometimes there's other natural ways you can do to get to the underlying cause of the problem and not just take medications. So the first step is testing and then looking at all the different reasons why you might have low testosterone. And you don't want to go straight into taking hormone replacement therapy without getting to the underlying cause. TRT will shut down your own production of testosterone, and so you're going to need to be on it for life. So especially if you're in your 30s and 40s, you maybe don't want that. It can affect your fertility, and it's also not getting to the underlying cause. So even if you do want to go on TRT, you want to make sure that everything else is optimal so it'll be more effective. Now that you understand the cause of low testosterone, how to test to know if you actually are low, check out this next video on 10 science-based ways to boost testosterone naturally. So check out the description below to find out how you can test your testosterone levels. And if you have any questions, leave a comment below.